All right. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. I know it's been a while since we've had one of these Monks webinars. We are delighted here to be joined by Andrea Bago of 10 Aces Med, and she's going to give a presentation about the product and empowering individuals to live worry-free. And as always, if it's your first time or if you've showed up for all of them, we always encourage questions in the chat for the Q&A session at the end. So if you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to put those in there, and I'll jot them down and keep track of them so we have them for Andrea at the end of the presentation. And without further ado, let me introduce Andrea and go take it away.
Thank you, Jordan. So I'm going to start off with giving a little bit of disclaimer for everyone that's here live. This is my very first webinar. I am a bit nervous about all of this, so please forgive me if I stumble a little bit. Please forgive me if I have to look at my notes. I really want to do this and do it well, but the first time there's always a little bit of jitters. So like Jordan said, hi, my name is Andrea, and I am the owner of and president of 10 Aces Med. So in realizing that for a lot of you, this is probably going to be the first time that you've heard about this product, I really wanted to tackle this webinar with the who, what, when, where, why, and how of 10 Aces Med. So let's get going. Here's our nice little logo, 10 Aces Med, stick with us. So what is 10 Aces Med, the product? So we are a silicone-based medical adhesive spray. We are waterproof and we are sweat-proof, and we have a 360-degree spray technology. So what that means is that if you need to spray upside down, side to side, you're able to do that and it's not going to clog. We are FSA and HSA eligible. And right now we're coming in two sizes. So we've got a 100 mil and a 50 mil. And the great news is that regardless of what size that you buy, both of them are TSA compliant. So you do not have to check a bag to carry our product, which is incredible. In terms of our packaging, when I started this company, I really wanted it to be consumer centric. I didn't want it to look medical. I wanted there to be a level of discretion there. And so we've already had a rebrand, which is kind of funny because we are a very young company, but this is where we landed today. And I really do love the look of it. And I think it really does bring that discretion that is important. So what does 10 Aces mean? I get this question asked a lot. And so fun fact, 10 Aces is Latin for adhesive. So I was going through my Google when I was trying to start this company, went into Google Translate, got through all these different languages, landed on Latin, and it just worked. It was like, I saw it, 10 Aces, the spade, everything, and it just all came into place. So even though they say it's a dead language, it's been working for us. What is the mission? So our mission is to help individuals transition from patient to person by providing reliable products that restore confidence in daily life. And I really want to put an emphasis on that patient to person aspect and what that means. So what I want 10 Aces to be is a tool in your arsenal for your wins, big or small. So whether it is that you're anxious about going to the grocery store and then you're able to use 10 Aces and you can go and just buy your groceries and you don't have all that anxiety, that's a win. If it's going out for dinner with your friends and not feeling like you're on a time crunch, if it's being able to jump in a hot tub and not have that worry, going on vacation and not being inundated with these thoughts of like, am I leaking my bag? The idea is to make you a confident person with an ostomy, but who is in control of their daily life. The why. So this guy here, I really like this guy. This is my husband, Brock. So Brock and I have been together for 13 years, married for 11. He was born with spina bifida occulta. So he has suffered from continence issues and bowel issues for his entire life. And so you can see in that first picture, he had his ostomy surgery. He does have a colostomy at 20. He's been living with it for 24 years. I appreciate him letting me post the more recent picture of him. So Brock was someone who typically didn't have adhesive issues, but he did use a spray. It was a tool in his arsenal because he's very active. We are a very active couple in the sense that Brock loves to be active and I love to be around Brock. So we're always out running around. So our days can be biking, jumping in the lake, jumping in the hot tub, hanging out with friends. And on days like that, where he knew he was going to be super active, he would use that spray for that extra reassurance. And we love to travel. So you can see from these pictures, there's a picture of him rappelling down a wall in Zion. That was for our 10th wedding anniversary. And I actually signed us up for that. And it was terrifying. I mean, I'm happy now that it's over, but it was terrifying. And then the picture on the black and white is a trip that we took up to the Arctic. So we are in Finnish Lapland, staying in a glass ceiling igloo. And so when we would go on these trips, he would bring the spray with him because, like I said, it was just that extra layer of reassurance. So when the product that he was using got discontinued, I really realized pretty quickly how it was going to impact him. And then it made me think about how many other people it was going to impact. So this next slide here, so the literature shows that there's approximately 800,000 people that are currently living with an ostomy in North America. So it's really easy to kind of clump that together and say it's 800,000 people that are living with an ostomy. But the reality is that that's 800,000 different experiences, 800,000 unique experiences of living with an ostomy and trying to figure out the formula that works right for them. There's roughly 120,000 new ostomies that are created annually in the United States. So 120,000 people that are waking up from a surgery. They're a patient day one, and they're trying to figure out their new daily life and how they can get back to that confidence in their life to live the life that they want. Up to 80% of patients will experience complications known as peristomal skin complications. So I think this is really where 10 ACEs can make a difference. You know, oftentimes there is this cycle of you're trying to get something to stick, you get a leak, there's a skin breakdown, and then all of a sudden you're trying to get something else to stick. It doesn't, there's a leak, skin breakdown. So it's very cyclical. So I think that 10 ACEs can come in to try to help break that cycle, because people deserve to live a life filled with confidence and joy. And that is 100%. So this slide here is just showing a couple of different skin issues here. In the first one, we've got a skin around the stoma that looks happy and healthy. That's exactly the way that we want it. The second one is a barrier that's leaking. And so you can see, you know, the what's happening there. And then the skin complications lead to pouching challenges and ongoing discomfort. So that last one, you can see the irritation around it. And we believe that reliable adhesion is key to protecting the skin and preventing breakdown. So who can benefit from 10 ACEs? We've touched on, you know, using it with ostomy supplies, and the great news is that we do work across all brands. So whether you're convex, non-convex, depending on even with whatever accessories that you're using, it, whether it's barriers or paste, we can work with you. With wound care, we're getting great feedback for our spray to work along with wound dressings, tape border dressings, and especially negative pressure therapy devices. Where you really need to keep that vacuum and that device in place to really help heal the wound. Silicone prosthetics. So if someone has had a mastectomy and they'd like to wear a prosthetic, if someone has lost their finger and they want a finger prosthetics, you know, our product works for you. It sticks. And then gentle on skin. This was really important. We knew that we had to put together a formulation that was going to work for even sensitive skin. We want to be here to solve problems, not cause problems. And so we knew how important it was to make sure that it was going to play with skin sensitivity. So this is some of the feedback that we're getting. It's been incredible to hear from so many people out there. These are some incredible ostomy advocates that out there that have used our product and given some feedback. So Ostomy and Stuff, that is Taylor. I'm not going to read her entire review, but I just want to focus in on a couple things. So she says here, I sweat a lot and sometimes need extra adhesive reinforcement. Plus, I was looking for a gentle enough adhesive for Noah, who has a feeding tube, to keep his bandages stuck to his face. So her son Noah is less than a year. Like she said, he's had a feeding tube. And so we all know about that baby skin. We really need to protect it. We really need to make sure that it's okay. And then at the bottom, she says, my bag will stay on and my Noah's bandages will stay on for 3 to 5 days. So that's exactly what we want to hear. That's the feedback that we want. And that just kind of made my heart explode when I saw her say that, and that we're able to help make such a difference. On the right here, there's Barabug, who is Sierra. She said, I'm allergic to all adhesives. So allergic to all adhesives, including my ostomy wafer. So I was pleasantly surprised by how well my skin kept happy and healthy with 10 Aces adhesive spray. Getting a better wear time and a solid seal meant less wear and tear on my delicate skin. So once again, that's exactly what we're looking for. And Nurse Ostimate, Larissa, she left a great review talking about her use with the spray. So like I said, we encourage feedback. We love the feedback and we love what we've been hearing, really feeling like we're making a difference out there. So the when is it appropriate to integrate 10 Aces spray? So like I said, we can do it proactively. So if you know that you're going to be out all day and being very active, even if you're going to be let's say in a all day session, meeting session, and you're just like, I cannot have a leak today. That is a real proactive approach to using it. Before physical activity, so exercising, swimming, high movement activities in humid or wet environments. So if you're worried about sweat, and I just, talking about sweat, I just want you to remember 2 things, clean and dry. So we don't want you to adhere the appliance onto your skin that is sweaty. We have to really make sure that it's clean and dry for it to really take effect. And when you're noticing lifting or peeling of edges, I'm gonna show you a quick little video in a second, just to show you how that you can tackle that. And for extended wear time. So if you feel like you're not getting wear time, if you feel like you're going through your product way too quickly, I really believe that this is a product that will help you save time and money in the future. So here is, I am going to get this video going, hopefully. So this is just a little product demo video that I put together. I'm going to run it and then just kind of explain it a little bit once it's over.
Hi, I'm Andrea, owner of 10 Aces Med. Before using our adhesive spray, give the can a good shake to ensure the product is well mixed for optimal performance. Our medical adhesive spray is versatile and works seamlessly with any brand of ostomy appliance. Whether you use flat or convex barriers, our spray enhances adhesion. You're in control. Apply a light coat or a full coverage. With a simple press, apply the spray in short bursts for precise coverage. For additional coverage, use a continuous spray to ensure maximum hold. Our adhesive works even if you use accessories like barrier rings or paste. For precise application, you can spray a small amount of adhesive into a cap and use a Q-tip to apply it sparingly around the tape on your barrier. This can be done before you place the barrier, or if it starts to lift, simply add small dabs to help it stay secure, ensuring your barrier continues to function, even if only part of it needs reinforcement. Now it's time to wait. 3 to 5 minutes. Once your barrier is prepped and ready, you'll see just how strong the adhesive is. Even with just the narrow tip of a cotton swab, the barrier holds firmly in place. Thank you for taking the time to learn about our adhesive spray.
It's really 3 easy steps, but the steps are really, really important. So the first one is shake. We want to make sure that we shake the can. We want to make sure that the propellant is activated. We want to make sure that the contents in the can are mixed. The other one is spray. So there's different ways that you can apply it. So if you can do it in short bursts, you can do it if you need it on a wider area, do it in a circular pattern. And then the other one there, when we were talking about the lifting and the peeling, it was actually to spray it into a cap and then use a Q-tip and then sort of dab on where it is there. So if it's just the corners of your wafer that's peeling, if you just simply dab it on there, then you can get more wear time out of that wafer. And then the last one was wait. So we want to wait 3 to 5 minutes, and that's because we want the solvent to evaporate. So we want to make sure that when you are putting it on there, it's at 100% strength. So shake, spray, wait for 10 Aces use success. So the where is 10 Aces made? So in the past year, like I was saying, that we've had some changes. One of the changes that we have made is that we moved our manufacturing from overseas to in America. And we've got a really incredible team here in the States. It was the best thing that we could have done. And I'm really happy to say that we are manufactured here in the US of A. And this is just a little giving back slide. So when I started this company, one of my tenets is I just believe that we don't exist here for ourselves alone. So I wanted to, even in the beginning, even in the infancy of our company, to be known as somebody that gives back, even if it's in the smallest way, and whatever we can do right now. So we've got these hats here that we are selling online. And I think that they look pretty great. And it's not just because I designed them, but 100% of the proceeds go towards GLASA and Youth Rally. So GLASA is a really incredible organization. It's anyone that's looking for adaptive sports. They really just embrace anyone that's looking to take part in adaptive sports and find their right fit and what it is that they want to do. So nobody ever feels like they're left behind. And Youth Rally, so that's Ostomy Camp. And, you know, such an important week and an opportunity for all of the kids with ostomies to be able to come together, really feel like they're not alone, really just be able to feel like themselves. So I'm really happy that we can support these two organizations. And my promise going into the future is that as our company grows, so will our charitable impact. You know, we're always going to be a company that's going to be known about giving back and trying to make a difference. Well, there you go. It is the end of my presentation. This is a picture of me at WOCN with my best friend. I thought it would be fun to finish off on this note, since that was my first conference and I dragged my friend of 40 years there. You can see we were giving away some hats. We were doing some demonstrations there, showing off the product. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being with me. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions you guys might have at this time.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrea. Just as she said, if anybody has any questions, if you want to provide them in the chat now, I have a couple of questions that I can ask you right away.
Sure.
Just while we wait for others to throw in any questions they may have in the chat there.
Awesome.
So the first one, how many uses can you get out of a can of
Yeah,
10
that's
Aces
a
spray?
great question. So it obviously depends on what your level of use is, but I think a conservative guess would be about 40 to 60 uses. I think that there's about a 4 to 6 month, you know, because my husband uses it so sparingly. He's been using his for over 6 months and he still has a good chunk of the can left. So I think 40 to 60 is a good gauge to go by.
Okay, perfect. And then actually it looks like Janelle threw in a question here. She's asking, what is the product code number for the barrier spray?
Yeah, so that is a great question. So right now, unfortunately, we don't have a HCPCS code for it. And I know that's going to be really upsetting for everyone. It's really upsetting for myself too. The HCPCS code that's out there, the reimbursement is so low. And I got such negative feedback when I was trying to bring this out to DMEs because they were so afraid about the money that they were losing on it. So it's something that I need to look into and work on, but we are FSA and HSA eligible.
Perfect. I think that should answer the question for her. It looks like Donna had a question here as well. And I think you may have explained it, but if you want to explain it again,
Sure.
She's saying, is it best to apply before the application of the wafer itself?
So is it best to apply before the app? So the application process is that you would shake the can, spray it onto the wafer, wait that 3 to 5 minutes, and then you would apply it onto your skin that way. So we want it on the appliance, and then the appliance with the spray on it, waiting after that 5 minutes, goes onto the skin.
All right. And in case anybody missed it, we did throw in the video that we tried to play during the presentation in the chat. So if you did want to view the how-to video, it is there as well. And I got another question here for you while we wait for more. What's the best way to remove the spray after you remove the appliance and everything?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we don't have our own personal remover, but we do work with any remover that's out there on the market. So if you have one of those, absolutely, they can work with our product in terms of removal.
All right. And then looks like John had another question here. He's asking, how much needs to be sprayed in order to perform optimal adhesion?
Yeah, that is a great question. You can see in the video, it's really just short little bursts. So let me kind of see if I can demonstrate right now. This really, you're going to see it slide down a little bit. So the way that we would want to apply it, you would really want to make sure that that stays down, because you'll see right now, as we do a demonstration, it's going to start to leak down and possibly get into an area that you don't want. So if we're looking at short bursts, that after 3 to 5 minutes, if we're still going to be on in 3 to 5 minutes, I can show you the stick pattern for that. There is another, if you have a wider appliance that you want to put on. So there is just, being able to, it's going to slide all over the place. So there, you can, depending on the size of it, and it's honestly depending on, your own situation, your level of as adhesion issues. So it really kind of depends on the person, but definitely just some short bursts. And even, I wish I had a cap here, but just spraying it into a cap and then being able to apply it really methodically where you want it, that works as well. So I'm going to let this wait just that 3 to 5 minutes, and then you can start to see how tacky it is. It's really not a lot that needs to go on there, but it does vary from person to person.
Perfect. I think you actually just answered Donna's next question, spraying an amount that leaves a tacky feel, and you just said it. So,
yeah.
So I think that answers her question. And actually, back to Donna's question from before about applying before application of wafer, she specified, like, do you use it as a skin prep, or is it strictly just for adhesion?
Yeah, so we would work along with a skin prep, but we are strictly for adhesion. So if you are using a skin prep like a powder, just make sure that you wipe off that excess powder, and we can work together with that.
Perfect. All right. I think that answers the question now for you there, Donna. Okay. I think that's all the questions I see in the chat here, unless anybody has any last minute ones that they want to throw in here. One thing while we're waiting again, I did want to point out that after we end the presentation today, once again, if you're familiar with us, if you're not, if you're registered for the webinar, whether you joined it live or plan on watching it back later, you'll get an email with the replay link. It'll be on our YouTube page as well. That's what the redirect will take you to. So you'll be able to view it later on for yourself. And I'll put also in the comments of that video, Tenace's how-to video as well. So
that's
just so
awesome.
that's there for reference.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah. All right. And well, doesn't look like anybody else is throwing in any more questions here. Trying to think if there's anything else that I might have a question for you. Well, I think that should just about do it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't know if you want to give an update on the spray there you had. I know it hasn't been the full 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're still, unfortunately, not there, so.
Oh, that looks like Lindy threw it. Unfortunately, Lindy, we do not have a special coupon today for attending the video. But if you are signed up for our newsletter and everything like that, we did just send out our mid-month coupon codes, which are perfectly able to be used on any product, especially Tenace's medical adhesive spray. So you can certainly use that on there. Yeah, so I think that should just about do it.
Well,
All
this
right.
was great, Jordan. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the opportunity from you guys and the Medical Monks team. I really love working with Medical Monks. Oh, I forgot to mention too, in the where category, where can you purchase 10 Aces Medical Adhesive Spray? Medical Monks. That's where you can find it.
All right, perfect. All right, we just wanted to thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it has been a while, but we are back up and running, so we should have more webinars in the future here in the next couple of months and everything like that. Wanted to thank our special guest, Andrea, for joining us today. And once again, if you missed the video or anything like that, we'll have a replay of it up on our YouTube later today. So without further ado, I think that should just about do it. Everybody have a great day.
Have a great day.
And we'll see everybody soon again.